Do you remember when we first met? I thought my eyes would fall straight out of my head. Guess we all living proof of love at first sight. But now we both see love in a different light. Keeping love alive, it's a tricky thing. You gotta let it fly, gotta give it wings. If you wanna make it right, don't let it fry. Don't hold on too tight, you know you gotta try. Keeping love alive. Keeping love alive. Keeping love alive. Still here we are, my friend, over 10 years down the road. 3 kids in a big old house, can't weigh a heavy load. Life, gotta give it to you, don't know how you found the time. Making all ends meet while running down that line. Keeping love alive, it's a tricky thing. You gotta let it fly, you gotta give it wings. If you wanna make it right, don't let it fly. Don't hold on too tight, you know you gotta try. Keeping love alive. Keeping love alive. You know you gotta try. Keeping love alive.
We can shine in a crowd, we never hesitate. Let us rise to the clouds. We got nothing to lose, I know the time is right. Let us light up the fuse. And I know, and I know, and I know, and I know we're perfect, you and I. And I don't, and I don't, and I don't, and I don't giving up without a fight. What I feel, I know it's right. Let us detonate tonight. Let us detonate tonight. Let us detonate tonight. We can shine in a crowd, we never hesitate. Let us rise to the clouds. We got nothing to lose, I know the time is right. Let us light up the fuse. And I know, and I know, and I know, and I know we're perfect, you and I. And I don't, and I don't, and I don't, and I don't giving up without a fight. What I feel, I know it's right.
Oh shit. No one's talking over there. Fuck. It goes quiet over here, so I just crank the music right up. I'm like, fuck it, let's get into it. They're always busy. Most people just fully focused on their separate keys that they're doing. I think Carnix is doing one key and my brother's doing the other. Well, that's what they were doing before anyway. 2 lots of keys at once. Yes, that's the bot that's broken at the moment. He's a bit pissed off about that thing not working. You gotta just do this one now. You just do this. I think that's the one. When you do it on his, because mine's not done for that at the moment. It's not even set up yet. But yeah, I think that's the one you do for his now. Or I think if that's not the one, it's one of those two. I'll scroll up his chat and double check for you. So most people are just typing keys. Just checking. Because he said that GLG is broken. But then Stream Elements a little while back started messaging saying for GLG to find out about a new giveaway bot that rewards for entering in our raffles. I'm gonna have to write to him and see if they fixed it, because he has been using the older system, because the old system wasn't broken. This new one, they had an outage or something with the fucking server and broke the whole lot until they turned the server back on. There's something going wrong. Just checking. I'll give him a message when it's done, and then I'll pass it on to you as soon as I find out. Oh god, it just gets good and then they stop freaking giving me tracks. What the hell? I was just put country and western on. And mind you, the country and western on here isn't bad. It's actually quite good. I like the dark country stuff though. Like Daedra plays on his, except my license stuff's different again. And I actually don't mind it. But I am into the EDM music the most, but I have a wide range of genres that I don't mind. I was actually quite surprised at what they're putting out for royalty-free music on this site that I'm using, that Epidemic Sound. And yeah, there's quite a bit of talent. I've got full albums on there that, oh fuck, this is not bad. You know, it's not all like what I was just playing, that crazy stuff. No, they've got full-blown country and western music on there that's really good. Especially the dark country, which is it's a mixture of rock and country in the one, and it's really interesting stuff. I really enjoy listening to it. I'll put it on for a sample so you get an idea of what I'm talking about, unless I've already had it on before, but give me a look. Dark Country reminds me of Red Dead Redemption 2. But they're more cinematic, background music sound. They've got Default Country or they've got the Dark Country, and they got metal on here as well. But metal's not bad. There's a full album on here called Dark Country. So this is what I don't mind this stuff. It's actually well done. I don't even play online, to be honest with you. They got the best part out of just the single-player version of the game, just like GTA. I think people underestimate just how good their single-player content is. Like, they push it and push it and push it so hard, the online shit. And to me, it's got nothing on the base game. The story of the main game is just outstanding. And then they push this fucking online stuff on people, like GTA Online, for example. I think it's probably the better of the two of them, still, when it comes to online. But my old man logged into it, couldn't fucking stand it. He hated it. As soon as he logged into their online part, it was crap. Plays on the single-player version, loves it, gets on there and does his fishing and exploring, did the story, clocked the whole game, actually. Generally enjoyed himself playing it. I said, well, Dad, it's a freaking masterpiece of a game. The story, anyway, of the original game. Then you go and play the online part, and then you get either fucking exactly or fucking boss. No one role plays on these games, and that's what spoils it. Yep. What am I trying to take them for? This is a waste of time doing those. These are what I gotta kill. This is what I'm talking about. I just turned in one and I've got this quest where I'm gonna get 30 of them. 30 of this, 30 of that. I'm just stuck here for ages doing these 30 things. Getting rid of them anyway, because I know I've got to do them later, and I don't want to do them later. There's no way in hell I want to do this crap later on. Yep. Didn't mind it either, actually. Never clocked it, but I did play it. I own the game. I've got that in my collection. My brothers clocked it. Not Daedra, my other brothers clocked it. He really likes their game. I'm waiting for the Cyberpunk game to get optimised and fixed up before I ever buy it, because I do like those types of games. I'm just giving it a bit of time to see if they fix all the issues with the game before I buy my copy. Get a Game of the Year edition or something, and where it has everything with it. The Witcher was a good game. I liked the story, the graphics that they put into it at the time. Brilliant game. Also Skyrim, great fucking game as well. Love Skyrim. Fallout 4, my old man put 1,500 hours into that game. I put in about probably a couple of hundred or so hours. I don't mind it though, I really enjoy the game. I mean, I jump on, I got all the DLCs that I wanted to get for Fallout 4 and really liked it. Got 76. I don't want to say much about 76, but they have been working on it. I'll give them a break and say they have been working on 76 to try and improve it. they put NPCs in the game and they actually talk to you now, stuff like that. So they have been improving 76. But it's never going to be Fallout 4. Fallout 4 was a great game, and what carried Fallout 4 was a friggin' mod community. Really brought that game to life. There's so many mods for Fallout 4, it's insane. My brother's, he gets all the weapon mods and he modifies all the stats on them himself. He's right into that stuff. I'd say the darkest country I would have heard comes from Far Cry. I love Far Cry. I love the old ones. The original Far Cry was fucking brilliant back in the day. It's when they started really showing off the graphics engines back then. You looked at Far Cry and you could see the little fish in the water and everything. The multiplayer one was fun. Crisis Days, Far Cry, all those games, but I actually liked Far Cry, it was more my thing. And when I got the fourth one, I think it was, then I got the fifth one recently, and I thought that was really well made as well. Although there is a quest on it that drove me absolutely bonkers, enough to actually reset the entire thing and start the story again. And then they got Gus in the sixth one from Breaking Bad. Yeah, I liked that show. I thought it was freaking good. Yep, Gus from Breaking Bad's in that one. He's playing Far Cry 6 as the villain. And he's a brilliant villain. You can't deny that how good of a villain he was in that season that he was in. And if you've also watched Dexter, there's a bloke from in that one I absolutely thought was fantastic. The whole series was okay. And then you got this, I think it was season 5? Either 4 or 5. It was just absolutely brilliant. I don't have his name on my head right now, but oh. His acting was just absolutely brilliant. Hang on, I'll look him up for you. Because I think I just typed Dexter's best season and I bet you it'll come up with his name. Bullshit. The first season's not the freaking best. They're all good. God, the reviewers suck. I wish I could review the reviewers and then put a big video out and say, this is what I think of a certain reviewer of this season of the show. He thought this was shit. I think his review sucks. Oh God, Arthur Mitchell, the Trinity Killer, that one. Yep. John Lithgow. He was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant actor in that one. Yeah, definitely. But then again, there's another one that was just as strange as that one. You know, the bloke from Good Doctor, he was in that one. I don't remember that one's name straight off the bat, but yeah. Yeah, that was a weird show too. The Good Doctor was okay, but he was in the other show that he just did before that one. And that was one weird TV series. It was good, but it was weird. Bates Motel. That's the one. Yep, I had to alt tab and look it up. Not too bad, man. Yourself? Still grinding the shit out, man. Glad you didn't come over to do this, did you? It's, slow as. Oh, that's good. I heard you were doing a separate key to Daedra Flame and you're doing it to get people through as quickly as you could tonight. Oh, look, I only do this when I'm streaming, so it's even worse for me. If I was going completely around the clock, I mean, if I just turned the stream on and ran it 24/7, it'd be a different story. I didn't mind Gotham. Or Gotham. It wasn't too bad. But you had the same impression. I'm more into the Stargate Atlantis shows, Stargate SG-1, the TV series, Voyager, Star Trek Next Generation with Picard in it. All those types of shows draw me in. I love them shows. I'm a big Trek person. I like the one from... I also like the one from, what was that other one? Just not Discovery. I didn't mind that one either, but there's another show I liked. Orville. The Orville. Because that one's a fucking good comedy. There's a lot of laughs in that one. Yes, because I'm tweaking a VST plugin that I have on there. It's one of the ones I've been testing out that I've just picked up and experimenting with. I prefer it to be closer to the dry setting on it, but I have been testing it. Oh yeah. Picard's not bad. I liked that one, and the story has, especially the spoiler parts. I know a lot of people have probably already seen it by now, but you know, once you start seeing the old crew popping up through the episodes, that's the highlights of the whole show. Seeing what they look like now, and they're all coming in to help him and all that sort of stuff. You know, when he revisits the zones and what we missed, the years of him not being on show, they created all the gaps, they're filling in all the gaps, and that's what I liked. The story where he helped, I don't know whether it was the Romulans or what it was, but he helped those people out and they're looking after his farm and all that. I liked that. They're the things I liked about the show. The only things I don't like about the show is the Borg ship stuff. I don't know, it's... Like, I liked 7 of 9 coming back, I thought that was freaking awesome. She fitted in pretty well with that scene, that series. Like, she had absolutely nothing to do with Picard the whole time, and then they found a spot for her, and I thought, this is pretty interesting. A lot of emotion in that one too. I have seen the entire thing right to the end, and yeah, a lot of emotion. Obviously a tearjerker moment in there, and like, it was good seeing Brent Spiner getting a spot in there too. Like, absolutely brilliant, because I didn't think he was ever going to come back to the Star Trek stuff, and he did. Yeah, it was brilliant. Problem with the shows these days is they're not like the old ones, the ones that were told so well. You know, Picard's one of those. Star Trek Next Generation is the one you have in your collection for a lifetime. Whether you have it on a Blu-ray or a DVD, it's just such a great TV series to have in your collection. Holding on to all those stories because it was just amazing. Voyager was great in its own way as well. Probably not as good as Picard when you start, Next Generation, but up there. I mean, they were both good. Just they were both made the old way, and it was what made them so good. And what they had to work with back in those days is just incredible. Like, I actually really liked the Voyager series where they were doing all the Borg stuff, where they had to deploy armor on the fucking ship, and she took them all out and fucking goes back, gets them all back home, because if they didn't get them home any faster, they would have all been dead. I thought they ended it abruptly in a way, but also gave it a fucking good ender for the series. So they didn't fuck it up. They did a really good job of it. And we proudly collect that one for the series. It's in the cupboard. We've always got the best of stuff like that on our DVD collection. It just shows you can't. They don't make them like that anymore. I should have fixed the reverb problem by now, because I turned it right down to dry just about, so it's almost off. I've actually, you probably wouldn't even notice it was on. That's how much I turned it down by. That's testing OBS's plug-in capabilities. Streamlabs doesn't have that functionality. Sounds like you don't like it. No, it's definitely it. It's the one that does it. It's called a reverb plugin. Like, its sole design is to create a space around your voice, that ambient effect. Yep, what it is. But it's not supposed to do delay. It's only a very small amount. I'll sort it out again in a minute. It just means you can't change your sound to make it sound any better. It's just got to be flat and boring. Like, I can't get an effect to work the way I want it to, because my voice just can't be tuned that way. It's just got to be flat and dead. Because nothing works. It's just... It's supposed to in a way, but I don't want it that much. The idea was to enhance, not make it worse. You know what I mean? Like, if I turn it up just a fraction, I've got it on such a dry setting. Oh, my voice is dead and shit, but I still get my comedy out. You should have heard me before. I was talking about Nightbot had a go at him, the automated bot fucking moderation tool. And I said the bastard gets me when I fart too and sends me a personal message. It reports him it warns him for links or using fucking symbols and stuff. And I said, well, it sends me a message if I fart and actually tells me off. It says, hang on, I'll read what it says on here and I'll translate it to how I got it, because it was the best part. It says, you have my attention, stop spamming symbols warning. And then I get something similar. Oh, you have my attention, stop farting, we can hear you. And I'm thinking, I'm the fucking host here, not you. What are you the host, Mr. Nightbot? That was my comedy bit for it. You shouldn't be able to hear the reverb now. It's that low that there's nearly nothing at all. I'm actually surprised you can hear the reverb over the music in the background, which it has no effect on, by the way. It's only on the microphone. What I have hit, thrown on there is a max limiter on their microphone. So if I rage or get ganked or whatever and I go off at it, it'll just limit me. Yeah, that's what I mean. And it thinks there's fucking symbols on there. I've already abused the freaking Nightbot tool before and turned it all off, half the shit on it. Stop spamming links. Stop doing this. Stop doing anything. There's like 4 bots on there called, one's Cloud Bot, one's Stream Elements Bot something. Bot this, bot that, bot every fucking thing. Apparently you need them because it can stop people abusing the fucking chat and then crapping on everyone or some shit. Apparently people don't have, you know, the same, they can't moderate themselves, so you gotta have a bot to help you. According to the videos I've been watching, the bots do help you in the long run though, because they catch typed words that can get you banned or some shit. And I'm like, whatever, you know, there's so much restrictions nowadays that it really sucks. It's like you can't have a comedy show anymore. That's why the comedy shows have this massive big lawsuit running against someone, and they're willing to keep going and going and going. The comedians that were actually fighting it against free speech, so that they can't, they've got to worry about their jokes and stuff on their shows, so they went and had this big fight against everyone for fucking going against them doing their comedy shows and stuff, because otherwise they can't do their comedy without watching their P's and Q's. If they say a joke, it's out of place, and then how are they supposed to do comedy when they've got to worry about what they say on a show? They've already got to moderate themselves enough. And then they've got to worry about being sued as well. And, you know, it's all supposed to be comedy for a laugh. And here they are worrying about that now. And then you look at this, the Twitch. You've got to tweak everything. You've got to have moderators to make sure people don't say the wrong things. And it's even harder if you're on Discord and someone says it out of place. Thanks, buddy. Better thank him. Probably gave me a level 70 buff. Did he? Yep. Of course he would. Oh, I don't know what the champion emote is. Bloody hell. I thought there was one. Never mind. Oh, I'm glad you've had a good night. I really am, because, you know, I had to help him out with OBS because he wanted to switch over to OBS to learn how to use it as well. Honestly, there's not much of a difference. You're switching over to using Stream Elements, which you install onto OBS, and then you've got the overlay editor on there that allows you to do the alerts on that one instead, which makes it a very simple setup. And he's done a really good job setting that up because he wanted to move over to that instead. So he's got both Streamlabs and the regular OBS Studio on there, or whatever it is. Same what I'm using. He moved everything over in a few minutes. I was like, good, but stay subscribed to their bloody overlay thing. Yep. There's a Mexican fella or something that I watch over there, and he uses the Australian accent and everything. I'll look him up and put him on there for you later on. But I reckon you'd crack laughing at his stuff. He's brilliant. Oh, what's his name? Go to YouTube. You got me wanting to look him up. Yep. Fluffy. Gabrielle. Do not play it. Do not bloody play it. Thank you. I'm on the browser that's linked to my stream, so I didn't want to play his stuff, but I'll link it for you in case you might like him and get a good laugh. I honestly found him brilliant. Like, he reckons one of his shows he did a trip to Australia or something, and then he was talking about that, and he was pulling off our accent, and he was doing it really well. I couldn't believe the fella. He was absolutely brilliant. Did the delay go away? Because I turned it down so much, I think it was basically off. Set to ultra. This is the water in classic TBC, and I set it to ultra graphics, or the best it lets you have. I mean, this is one of my favourite things that they actually did enhance the game with, because I remember the actual old water graphics and it was shit. So that was the one thing I reckon they did definitely improve it, because this used to look like shit for water. If not in Outlands, it was definitely shit in the old zones. They put this water in when the Cataclysm expansion came out. I remember that was the first thing they promoted as the new DirectX and physics they put in for the water. Years ago. It was a great facelift for the game. I'll chuck this volume down on the music now because it doesn't need to be much louder. It's fucking... Oh no, you just have to kill 30 of them. And then you got to go and kill 30 of something. This quest is driving me fucking nuts. I mean, I've basically been killing 90 fucking things in this area. And then you go back and you turn it in and it says, go and get another 30 of something else. I mean, it's actually driving me nuts. This is why people go back to retail. Because I did not like this when I went through here the first time. Back in fucking Lich King days. Because you had to do it this way. You had to go through all this crap to get there. I don't miss this part of the game. I really hated this part. Lich King, fucking loved the quest change there. You got 2 start zones. You can either start on one side or the other. And I don't know, I found it fun. Like the storyline. Everything was great when you got into the Lich King zones. This is how painful it is. You feel like you're sitting in one area, and it is. It's true. I've been here all fucking day just doing this. Kill 30 of these, kill 30 of the big ones, and kill 30 birds. And then you come back and it says, go and get 30 of the bigger ones. And 30 of the ones that look different to these things. I mean, I'll be glad when it's over with. Level 70. That's when I'll be glad. Because I'll come back and piss on everything. I hope these aren't dailies. You come in and says, Rightio, let's go and kill 30 of these for your daily. Fuck off. That's the first quest that I get is my first daily is kill 30 of these, 30 of something else. I'll just log out and go back to retail. Fuck that shit. Fucking hell. I'm actually kind of glad that it makes you respect the dailies you get now. They're done. I don't have to kill any more of them. Wow. Can I turn them in yet? 13 of 30 left hoof balls. I've got to kill more of them fucking things. 30 of these fucks. Oh, sorry, what's that? 17 of them? Whatever. More crap. And you wonder why I log out and say, yep, I've had enough for the day. Fuck this shit. It's Tuesday night though, so the servers are going down. This one shuts down along with all of them too. They all go down. And then I'm like, okay, I'm opening up a game I actually want to play, and then everyone fucks off because they're not interested in single player games. Hey, but at least you don't have to worry about the fucking servers going down on their ones. Because it's your computer. You only have to worry about if your computer goes down. Oh god, am I getting attacked? No. God level, no. Looks like something like fucking sit around there. So he helped me kill it so I could skin it. Okay. Well, that helps. We got an alliance player that level 70 killed it for me and fucked off. Just because he wanted to skin it. He or she. You know, I actually feel like just going back and turning this fucking quest in. I'll come back to this crap. I'm going to go and turn it in. To prove a point of how painful this fucking quest is, you have to go all the way over there to turn it in. Fuck me. I want to go and pick up my next mount training so I can get on a fast-moving mount. I think it's like a couple of 100 gold or something. $10 to 20 minutes, shut down, resets at 1. But it will be 19 hours, my ass. Well, it never shuts the server down for fucking 19 hours unless the fucking server's rooted. Bloody trolls. Kill each other, not my problem. Stuff them too, they can have it themselves. Right, now. Alright, level 70 versus a 64, I ain't gonna bother. Because he'll just piss on me in 2 seconds and I'm dead. That's what happens on this game. Low levels, they just get to it. But that's the same in retail. No difference. Just easier to piss on you in this one. 15 minutes countdown. Just got hit with it now. All of the servers worldwide are going down. Even Classic. Not even Classic's immune to it. Well, that sucks, guys. I was really looking forward to staying on. Oh well. When it goes down, my stream won't go down. I'll just play something else. I'll probably get 200,000 viewers if I put something else on actually worth playing. You know, load up Satisfactory and give you a tour guide of me fucking base. Well, me, my brothers, and Daedra's base, I should say. End of my crap. Sell trash. Sell every bloody thing. Sell VOZ. Don't give a shit. Just keep my bag empty enough to do the next quest. Okay, prick, where are you? Oh, you are kidding me, right? Obtain the Horth or back lawyer and return it to Harold Lane at the Nursing Murray Safari in the Grand. Wow. So now I've got to go and kill an elite to go with it. Beautiful. That'll be a 67 elite. I know that for... Well, not for a fact, but I reckon it'll be pretty close to right. Alright. Time to Hearthstone. Not quitting, just going over there so I can get some rested while she's down. Well, here I can get some rested while I'm offline. Any boost to my leveling is a big thing. Look, 682,300 XP. I'm only 31% through this level. It's slow. And that's going for hours at it. You got to basically wake up, get on it, put your stream on immediately and run right through the day and then stop. I just log out here and fucking piss it off because I know no matter what you do on there, it'll be just chat and then you lose your rest. So I might as well log out of that and just chat to you for a while. And see if Steam opens. Open up Steam. Will you open today? Yes, you will open today. Thank you. Not going to be a pain in the ass. God, the Outer Worlds 2 in development. So good, eh? If you liked the first one, they're already moving on to the second one. Good on them. That was a good game. I actually enjoyed that one. Wait, what? There's another Elix coming out? Yep. Elix 2. Didn't even know that was happening. Oh yes, I've got to import my brother's save. Discord, where are you? Got my brother's saves on there somewhere. Home. Download this one. Cut. Games. Steam library. How many millions of games are in here? Actually, fuck all, because I cleaned all of them out. See. Factory game, there you are. Saved. Remove the tag around the save file from my brother's game save because he updates the game when I'm not playing it. I had a whole system set up on this, where I use Nextcloud or something on my system, and then whenever someone posted the game, we all connected to it, it would sync between my computer and theirs, and the save file would get sent to me, or if I hosted the game and closed, the save file would get sent back to them. So it wouldn't matter who hosted it, we always had the same up-to-date versions using Nextcloud. I bet. Okay, Steam is open. Satisfactory. The game where it's hosted on my machine. I got 339 hours on this game. Doesn't even count the hours I've put into the Epic version that I have installed. The save file actually transfers between the two. So I put about probably 300 or 400 hours on that one, and then the same amount over on this one. Ugh. Yeah, City Skylines I put a lot of hours in as well. Games that are a big time sink. Because you get the shits on them after you build them all up, and they're whinging about money or this or that on the City Skylines game. So you hit them with fucking tornadoes and meteors and whatever else, and you're like, yeah, fucking take that, you bastard, for whinging. Or you can do the other famous one, which is, you recycle the town water's sewage system back through and flood the whole town out with it. Yeah, I'm a really good mayor in that game. Shit happens when they whinge too much on that game. Load. Save. Save 3 I'm after. Yes. I think that was the one. Oh, Fallout, my brother and father are the ones that clocked over 1,400 hours on. One's done that, just modding and all sorts of shit. It's actually, it changes the whole game around, like the weapons system and everything. Like you'll get someone else's amazing mod, then he'll tweak it to what's more realistic on it. He goes right into that sort of stuff. Hang on, I'll show you what I'm actually running because the stream application hasn't recognised it yet. It's a really smart program. When I actually tell it what to launch, the game screen. Come on, give me it. Base elements, game capture, properties, the window I'm actually using, factory game. Okay, job done. It's just loading the save at the moment. That's why it's not showing. This game is the one I was telling you about a while ago, where you create everything on the map and you build the entire infrastructure. This is the one that's got several hundred hours of playtime in it. I streamed this one the other day. I'm just setting up my system so it tells only a certain amount of cores to do something. Just bear with me. Otherwise, this game will eat all the cores. Because it will. Properties. Set a rule. Create a rule for this process. Okay. Set affinity. We do not want it interfering with the streaming ones. So, take all these off. I got rid of process lasso and found another tool to do this job. 2, 4, 6, 8 threads should be frigging plenty for this game, and priority to above normal or high. Because it's a game and I want it to have priority as well. Stuff just the streaming app doing it. Job done. Excellent. Both OBS and this game are on high. Good job. Next. Okay. This game is still in early access, so expect a choppy performance here and there because they're still optimizing it. Plus, this is a fully fleshed out system. base, or rather several bases. This is my entire platform that I built. It goes for miles. And then it looks like a crashed air carrier or something that's been built over. But then when you actually drive the train on it, like we've got tunnels that go all the way to the oil fucking place. I've got belts layered. There's 8 floors of belts there. And a pipe that I run, I can sit inside of that and get taken all the way up to the oil rigs and stuff. This is a really good game. I actually can't wait till they finish it because for what you get in early access, it's actually quite incredible. To get to this, it took hundreds of hours. Actually, you think, oh, he must have cheated and put the blocks in and cheated. No. I built the entire facility around here and got the concrete facility so that I can actually build this entire platform. And I'm about to show you just how far it goes and how it's high. I had to try and make this feel grounded. It's even got the pillars underneath it, everything, to make it look like it's grounded. It's got a weird design about it too, which makes it interesting. This is a bridge for driving in, but there's also a train that goes underneath it all. And this is the hyper one. So the tunnel that goes out the other way, this one goes to a completely different base. This took fucking hours. Like I did it like a roadworks site in real life. I'd have 3 trucks parked up the end of the fucking thing so I wouldn't accidentally drive off it or anything. And here's the train station. Because I couldn't fit the bastard in there. That was supposed to be a train station and it ended up being a facility. Here we go. And that's a loop around down the back there, so the train turns around and goes back. It's automated, but I'm driving it myself. We'll take a ride on the giant bridge I'm still finishing off. I've got to get that wire off the frigging railway, though, because I'm OCD about wires hanging over where a train's supposed to be. There's a drone. It's flying in. It's picking up batteries and fuel. This base delivers fuel all the way back to my my brother's base, which is on the top of a fucking mountain. So my establishment's here, and it's rather fleshed out. I've got to turn off this auto fucking save. Just give me a sec, because this auto save freezes the entire game until it's done. Because I don't need it on right now. Auto save off for now, just so I can give you a tour. Because it's fucking annoying. It's worthwhile when you're running it as a multiplayer thing. Because if your game crashes, which it does as an early access game, you would lose over half an hour of work or more. So we used to keep it around 10 minutes or something. But the host was the one that froze every 10 minutes for about 15 seconds while it saves the file. So this is where I've done the bridge. See, I've left the whole area, and this is how long this fucking bridge goes. I tried to show Zelda 800 something, this. So you got the Hyperloop tunnel up the top, and then the train down the bottom. The train goes to the furthest away base. The Hyperloop one goes to another base. Goes to the one up in the mountain. This one goes to the great big mall at the other end that we worked on together. Now, not all of this bridge is grounded yet. I try to make it look like it is grounded, but it's such a big fucking job that once you leave the base, you're trying to move away from that until you come back and clean it all up. And you'll see why. This is the hardest fucking thing to bend. No bridge bends. See, that's what I mean. I had roadworks sitting there, and I've left one of my fucking vehicles there. Great construction worker. I leave all my vehicles all over the place. And yes, I was thinking of Stargate and stuff like that with these triangular designs. Or if you've played Mass Effect Andromeda. Destiny or games like that where they use a lot of shapes and shit like this to create alien structures. It was meant to be an alien thing. That was the whole point. So anyone that drove up there's this construction site truck. That's an actual site there. But what I've ended up doing is creating a bridge that goes down on that side, and that's glass, so I can see the train through it. It added a bit of realism to the tunnel. I haven't finished that one yet. But that's why the truck's there. It's marking a zone that needs more work. So this one, it just splits off this Hyperloop tunnel above. It splits off from the main bridge and goes a different direction. This is a fun, creative game. If you've actually played Factorio, this is like it, only this graphics instead of being top down. My brother's other base. He's got a mountain base up there somewhere. And as you can see, it starts bending and weaving there. There's a nuclear power plant down here. There's a nuclear power plant on the right. And then down the bottom there's a void, which has a massive heap of fucking things in there as well. My brother has not come back to power that base up yet. That's Daedra Flame's job, by the way. That was his nuclear power plant. That was his nuclear power plant. And he never finished it. He said, fuck it, I'm going back to WoW. Me and my other brother were doing like 500 fucking hours on this game. There is stuttering because it's loading in this area. There's a lot here. It's one of the most filled up areas in the whole place. Fuck, I missed me stop. Great train driver, aren't I? This game's on both Steam and Epic. And this is the one that has cross multiplayer. My phone just vibrated at me. What do you want? And it has to be the phone that's connected to my camera. So I'm going up the big bridge. I build all the bridges and road stuff in the game, and everyone else does all the factories and shit. I veered away from all of this, but I built the building itself. So this building is what I built, and then everyone else built inside of this building. It goes 3 floors down of factories and construction things that they're all processing iron bars and turning them into plate, concrete blocks, circuitry work. Everything is all built in this massive structure. And as you can see, when I meant massive, I mean fucking big. You got down underneath it. And I added all the pillar support into it to make it look like it's grounded. You can actually make these buildings completely float if you wanted to. There's a train in there. That's an automated train. It's off doing its own thing. I haven't got resources set up with that one yet. But as you can see, this has a big space elevator at the top of it. That brings materials up to outer space. We can't use it. But it's for bringing resources required up the rank. My brother designed this thing using pipes. You can actually almost read it from my other brother's base, which is all the way. Let me go up in the air a bit. That's his base over there. You can actually see it from here. So over there is his base. This is Daedra Flame's base here. This whole construction here is my building, but his factories are all weaved inside of it. If I look down a hole that's got glass in it, you'll see what I'm talking about. Actually, just go in here. So this is inside. We've got belts buried within it. Several floors high of belts running materials in. So this building is not just sitting there doing nothing, it's processing materials. Some of it has stopped now because it's just all fully stocked. But look in here. And there's glass. You see through the factories underneath this floor. This is a giant factory inside of this building. And that's not good enough. You go down below, another factory. This is why these people spend so many fucking hours on this game. And then you look down, this one goes to the ground here, but that's because this area is sloped, but there's more down here. Fucking hours of work. We've got wire, quick wire things being produced here and filtered off to containers. This is the cable one. The base material you make this with is, you get this earlier in the game as cables because you have to run power cables across the place. I loved Factorio because Factorio could have a train system. It's actually, if you're into Railway Tycoon, you can actually play Factorio with that style, except you've got a tower defense game as well, so you've got to protect the trains. Because if your train stops and it pisses off any fucking aliens in Factorio, they'll kill the fucking trains while they're sitting there doing nothing. They actually destroy everything. That game's actually more intense in a way, but this one's not far off. If you go in early into the game, this is far into the game. This is near the end game, where you're building nuclear power and more resources at the end game area. But at the fucking start, you moving around in the world, things start charging at you and attacking you, like you got balls on here or something. You've got fucking spiders that poison you and everything. And if you don't fucking run really fast, they can get you in a couple of hits. And then there's this boss one that fucking chases after you as well. Won't give up the chase for ages. And he fucking scales down the fucking mountainside after you. Even you can be hiding on a platform and the prick will jump onto your platform and kill you. If you're not careful. If you give him a path, so if your platform connects to his area, he will jump straight onto your platform and come and kill you. So they have a lot of scare things in this game too, and you can't kill them. They're not that easy to kill. You've got to blow the bastards up or attack them with something more than just a fucking cane or a basic weapon, because they can kill you really easily. And these are very helpful. But like I said, this factory here is the base level stuff on the ground. And we meticulously routed all the fucking belt system underneath. Well, he did that. I built all this stuff here and panelled it to make it look like it was fucking lived in. You got all these floors here, platforms, and there's more factories this way. And I mean, this is the other side. You haven't even seen that yet. This is one of many bases on here. Then we built this bridge, trying to get connected to this building, because if it don't, it'll throw me off a cliff. Thank fuck. So we got this bridge here. That was one of the original bridges, but then I started building the pillar system underneath it to hold it up, so it looks like it's actually held. So I've been coming back and doing the upgrades to that. There's a power plant over there. That's actually about 10 of them or something, or more. They're all sitting there. They're coal power generators. That's just a background effect, part of the game. And I build all these little things and make these buildings look like they should be, like fucking support structures and all that sort of shit. But if you go over here, I've created another air tunnel network. That's a tunnel for driving. That's a ramp for trucks and stuff to come into. Automated trucks would use that. This is our little artwork piece of I designed this. I designed these little fucking subway style entry points for the tunnels, as you can see. This one will go to the right, the left one will go out to my old coal power plant that I built here. This one goes out to where my dad's base was, which got renovated. We've renovated it and changed it up again. This game takes a hell of a lot because there's so many blocks and shit in this area. Just looking at the tunnel system. It's about to get us out of here soon anyway, so you won't have to look at that, as you can see. Now we're on the road. This makes it a lot easier to get around the map. You don't have to drive anything, it's just an air tunnel. That's belts that go for miles. Like I said, I've got to come back and put pillars down so it actually scales down the mountain properly. But there's an actual depth that you can go, and you can't go down that far. I don't think you can anyway. There's a limit to how deep you can go down before it actually kills you. So this is like a little subway stop, shipping containers sitting here, so that someone like me is bringing a rare material out, I can just dump them in this box. So basically like little train stations, and then you just jump into the next one. Because this is the power station, one of many. So my brother built this thing. It's got the water pumps down there. They bring water up to this coal power plant. This actually was about 6 times the size of this, meaning it was completely full of power stations from one end to the other. But it wasn't optimal. we had some issues. Plus, I've actually taken over a lot of the power. My base brings power all the way to here from out in the fucking desert. Yeah, this is content I like streaming. I don't like streaming fucking WoW all the time. It's boring. But it's actually great to stream WoW because there's a lot of people on there we like helping out and talking to. And a lot of my communities were on WoW. Single player games are, a tough gig to try and promote or stream about as well. So this one's actually a multiplayer game. But it's not like World of Warcraft where you can get 100 people to join up on your server. Not like that, no. It's like a 4-person server that you host and run. This belt system here, brilliant. My dad actually came through here and redid all this. We had a really basic one, but he came through, redid the platforms and set it up meticulously like that so that there'd be belts here. Normally there would be lots and lots of materials coming in, but it has stopped recently because we haven't needed resources coming in. This place would do microchips and stuff and silicon. And we're about to arrive. Plop! And toss me out into the next station. I built all the stations so that they, rather than just dumping you out in the open, you land in a station sort of setup. So they're all like this. It just feels more RPG style for me to have a completed building when you come out of these pipes. My initial ones were just tossing you out anywhere. So this is Satisfactory. One of the really good games that's come out, and it's not fully done yet. But you'd think it was for the amount of stuff that's in this game. I believe it is on Unreal Engine. So this is a factory that Daedra Flame built, which is supposed to produce gases and fucking... Well, I suppose we fart enough, we could make our own gas. But anyway, this place does all this sort of shit. Alumina solution. Well, if I had bombs and things with this detonator, it'd go off all right. So he does all this stuff here to produce batteries or whatever he needs to make. My facility out in the middle of nowhere in the desert does batteries as well. That used to be my dad's base over there. So that used to be Kuta Master's base. And we restructured it so it was more optimal because he had a lot of trouble with the oil stuff. And he changed it so it can produce fuel a lot better at it. Thing is, we ain't producing fuel here. My base is doing all the fuel. It produces so much fuel, my base, that the drones are sitting there waiting on top of the frigging platform at the other end where it's supposed to drop them off because there's nowhere for it to go. So I'm going to jump into the next. I think it's this one. Yeah, I think it's this one. It has to be. No, that's not the one. That one's to take you down here so you can get easy access to this base. My dad trolled me. He redid all these just to troll me, I'm sure of it. Okay, this is the one. So this goes to an outpost base. Well, this one goes all the way out to one of my outposts, which goes into a mine. An actual mine which was infested with spiders. We had to clear the whole place out. I even died a couple of times trying to take them out because there was a big one in there and then heaps of little ones. If you've ever watched The Thing, they kind of remind you of that. That's the kind of spiders that were in there. They remind you of The Thing. That was actually a good movie. Even X-Files made an episode that was similar to The Thing. Yeah, we were into the X-Files. We liked that. And like I said, I liked Skinner, which starred in Stargate. He drove the Daedalus, flew the Daedalus. That was his job. It's amazing to see where all the actors ended up after X-Files and all that. Here we go. It's on its way over there now. Dad redid all this too. So he changed the piping route so it would follow this belt system. This makes it easier to get around the map. When you start the game, you do not get any of these pipes. You research it later on in the game. So you've got to use a vehicle or you've got to walk everywhere until you've done. So this is your end game, basically, where you've got access to all of this stuff. You've got to research your way all the way up to this. The building blocks are all the same. You know, you can get them pretty much not far after starting. You need them pretty much because it gets rid of the mobs around it. Once you build structures in an area, they fucking piss off. So this is an outpost here. It's a concrete facility for when you're out in the middle of nowhere and you want to expand the bases. It doesn't do a lot here, but it does produce base materials required to. So if you're out here trying to do another establishment somewhere else, it's there for it. There's already concrete production here. This one takes you to the mine. Like I said, we had to traverse it on foot everywhere to get all these built. When you start the game, they've patched in the recent updates, you could use zip lines and climb up mountainsides and everything using zip lines. They didn't have that in the earlier patches. That was put in later. So you can use a power pole and then zip line around the map, which was cool. It was one of the fastest way to get around the map and the fastest way to get away from mobs. They're toxic. You got to wear a mask or outfit so you can walk through those. You're safe when you're in these, of course. Try driving through it though. Not fun. Your hazard warning keeps going off every time you go near the zones, and there's a lot of them. You can't get rid of them either. We've tried everything. This needs to be grounded properly. It needs to have a thing holding it up. This is just been put in place for now. Planning to upgrade it in the future. Like I said, adding pillars and support is a big job in itself. And here's the cave that was infested with fucking spiders and shit. And you can see why it would have been infested. You can't see them without a torch on. You'd look 1 minute, there'd be nothing there. Look again, and they're all on you. But we've cleared it out. Put a fucking mine in here and everything. But you could see where they would have been. Anywhere you go. There was a heap in this area. I had plans to build a really meticulous base in here. Probably have a train come all the way in here and everything. Just haven't gotten around to it. Got back to WoW. We were told that at night time in this game things would respawn, but because there's buildings around, they don't. So if you killed them all and then never built anything here, and you came back in here a few days later or something, they'd be back here. All the spiders would be back, and you'd have to do it all again. Once you build something here, though, it's secured. Unless I die. Then I'd fucking destroy that entire line just then. But I've never been attacked since we cleared it out. That's a toxic zone. You do not want to go in there unless you're wearing a mask. Otherwise, this is what happens. Hazards. That's it warning me if I go any further, I'm dead. Like I said, Dad McLean was really good at this game. He's the one that comes up with all the ideas, calculates how many materials are required to make a certain item, how many factories he has to build to make that amount of items, so that the next piece of equipment has to use all those to then make X amount of that material to make the next thing up from that one, to produce the required item to upgrade to the next, research thing. Talents or whatever, you know what I mean? We upgrade through the what do you call it? Technology points as you do all the science and shit. That was what he did. He was really good at meticulous shit like that. If you're OCD about shit, this was the game. He was fucking awesome at it. He was awesome at it. There's a lot of games he's actually good at. He just won't admit it. He'd just say, oh, I'm not any good at WoW. No, he wasn't. He was good at this game. He was good at Factorio. He did the factory shit in Factorio as well. That's where he got all the fucking ideas from to figure out how to do it on this. And then I'd be out there, I'd be sitting there working out how to do the circuit system to run 12 trains on a single line. And I'd have this, you can do an infinite map on Factorio, so you could go fucking continuously keep expanding. And for a game like Railway Tycoon, I used to love doing all the railway systems. This one, you've got to manually walk around as a little character instead of this, as a little character walking around the map. And you've got to personally drive a train around and put all the little circuits down that, you know, the switches and shit to tell the trains where to stop, where to wait to let the other trains pass. And you had to sit there and figure that whole fucking lot of shit out. Otherwise, the trains would just run into each other. So you'd have to program everything. That was my job. And I'd have trains going back and forth. He'd build the fucking fuel system so coal would be going into the trains or petrol or whatever he could find. And it's a survival game. This is a survival game as well. You wouldn't think so because I'm showing you the end game. It's a survival game at the start. You can't hover around in these at the start. You just got a basic equipment. And you've got to unlock it all. You've got to send things into space so that you can actually unlock the next tiers with factory building stuff so that you can upgrade it. But Factorio was the most advanced when it came to this stuff. This lot are doing a great job. Factorio is doing expansion. The guys are actually working on a new expansion for it, which is great. So if you like this sort of stuff or you're interested in Factorio, there's a lot of mods for Factorio. Definitely one to look at. Going back, because I was going to show you my other brother's base, which is the one up on the mountain. No, I wish I could just open my bag and click Hearthstone and go back to my base across the fucking world. That'd be fucking easy, wouldn't it? Just open my bag, click Hearthstone, I'm back at my desert base, and then I'll just ride the other one. No, you've got to ride these all the way back. This makes you think of Ironforge. The days of Ironforge, we'd have to go down and take the train to get back to Stormwind or whatever. It's good stuff. I gotta check my brother's channel, see how he's going, because I don't know what he's doing at the moment. And he asked me to keep an eye on it. I look like an arsehole. It's not moderating. Got 36 people still watching. Good on him. I actually thought they'd be going down. It sucks that mine went down before this. Thought retail would be going down first. Fucking sucks. Unless it's already gone back up. Must have been a quick shutdown. It doesn't matter how many cores you throw at this game, by the way, it still runs the same. I watched videos of guys using Threadrippers with fucking 32 cores. I think it was 32 cores? 64 threads or something, and it still did the same thing. It still had micro stuttering here and there because of all the assets loading. I've tried running it on SSD, I've tried running it on a RAM drive, and it still did the same thing. Incredibly fast on a RAM drive, but it still did it. Okay, so we're back at the train hub. Okay, well, we know it's not that one. Oh, yeah. We're off to back to the power plant. I think the map's like 30-something Ks in size. Don't quote me on it, though. It's a big map, though. You can go through the centre, that'd be a lot quicker. I reckon it would be a quicker path if I made one that goes straight through the centre of the map to my base. I tried running my truck on coal. It runs out very quickly. You don't go very far on it. Petrol's okay too, but I've got batteries in them now, and the batteries go for fucking ever. You get 200 batteries to put in it, and you could basically go all the way from my base back into here using the highway system I built, the big bridge. Turn around and go all the way back, and you could do the trip 7 times or more, and it would still have plenty of battery life in it. We need Teslas that can do that at a better price. Said to Mum, if I ever won the fucking lotto, I'd get an electric car so that we could go around town in it because we wouldn't have to use so much fuel. Because my SUV uses too much. Oh, not mine, my brother's. Officially, I think today he wants full ownership of it, and I've got full ownership of my car, my Ford. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy because the Ford doesn't need as much work. I've put enough money towards his. He's happy with it. You know, I think I put $6,000 or $7,000 towards his car. He put that much towards his car as well, and buying the bloody thing. Spent enough on it. He spent enough on it. I think all I wanted to do in the end was just put cruise control on it, so that if I ever had to drive it, it was just switch it on for long drives, and I wouldn't have to kill my knee so much. But not my problem anymore. I tried to get it done. I'm happy my car's already got it. Didn't have to pay any extra money. It came with the car when it was built. Thank Christ. Alright, so I'm going to show you my brother's other base, but I think I'm going to take this train, the automated one. Stuff it. Wait for this train to come in. Where's the train? You got an automated truck still doing its job. Awesome. They're complicated to do because they run out of fuel. And they're a bit of a pain in the ass when they run out of fuel. But with the batteries or petrol going in, they go a lot further now, so you don't have to worry about it so much. So this is one of the first trains we built. Mine wasn't built until fucking, work. We need more iron. Not enough gold. Come on, train. Here it comes. I'll just stand on this rail system. I'm perfectly safe standing here, eh? This train moves at probably 200 k's an hour. Nah, I'm perfectly safe. It's already slowing down. It doesn't stay very long because it's not actually doing anything. When this actually gets fully utilised, it's supposed to load, unload, bring stuff up to his base up in the mountains. It's easier to sit here because this train's automated. If I have to drive it, you got to go and turn off all the automation stuff on it. This game, they really need to add the complex rail management that Factorio has. It's what made the rail system so good on it. Because I had to actually look it all up to learn how to do it. Whereas this one, I tried to run 2 trains on this, doesn't work. Or they'll just drive through each other. They haven't made that complexity in the game yet. That's where Factorio really shines, is its rail trains. But like I said, it's the old top-down style. Still a great game, though. Here we go, up to the mountain. rather cheat and use a train and traverse the mountain. It's all the way up there. This is the best spot you can really get to put a train on it, because otherwise you can't get up there. And we have arrived. A really nice base that he's built here. He's really into the realism part where he builds the foundation supports into the mountain and tries to make it look like it's actually supported. So right from the ground up, that's what he's worked on, doing just that. There's a multi-power plant on multiple floors there that he's done. And that's where all my drones fly the stuff. They fly it to the top floor, and he has all these belts running the fuel system down to all the power plants that he's built here. So he's self-sufficient. Well, not entirely self-sufficient, because I've still got to provide the fuel. I've just got to remember my way up there. That would help. Oh, never mind. I'm on a jetpack thing that allows me to traverse the game. This was just brought in not long ago either. See what I mean about how he's brought out these arms and stuff to hold the bridges up? That's what I meant when he likes realism. It's got to look like it's fully supported, or he didn't like the build at all. All these lights, God rays you call them. Super powerful friggin' lights. I'm just looking for points to grab onto with my power armor thing. Here's the building. That's his elevator. He got that off me. I said, why wouldn't you want to do an elevator system like this? So you come in from all the way over there, you can ride a tunnel, and then you just go up a floor, walk over that way, go up a floor, go this way, up a floor. It was a brilliant system. I really liked it. And then he's seen it and fucking did it himself. It's genius. Because it's like just an ordinary elevator system, just using hyperchips to do it instead. I don't want to break it. But as you can see, a lot of work. This is his work. It took him hundreds of hours doing this. People probably put hundreds of hours into Minecraft. I'm just going to jump over the side here because there's a power thing that will catch me anyway. Yeah, I don't mind showing these different games. All worth it. There's my drone platform. That's his drone platform, sorry. And that drone just fucked off. So he comes in, comes all the way out from the desert to deliver the bloody stuff. That's my... Now, this probably makes you think of Mass Effect. You know where they do those alien robotic facility things? That was Mass Effect Andromeda anyway. And you'd go up to the side of a mountain, and that's the sort of entrance you get with this great big fucking door on it. Well, I did that effect because I wanted a landmark that would show you where this fucking tunnel would go. So that helped. Just walk in. Hey? Oh, I'll switch it off then, so I can hear it. Just be right back, mate. Muting everything. Sorry, mate, I'll be right back. I've got to have a bio break. Hope you enjoyed the little tour of the Satisfactory game. If you like this kind of content, I'll try and do more like that, where I'll just give, it won't be my main focus content, but it's worth showing you guys what's out there if you haven't heard of them. And it just gives you something to look at, other than WoW. Like, you might like these sort of single player games where you take your time and do your own thing on them. I mean, you're not restricted to how you design a base in this game. You can do whatever the hell you want on it, which is what makes it so fun. I just hope she ends up really smooth and optimised when they actually release the full version one day. I don't even think they're halfway through development of this game yet, and they've already gone that far. Pretty incredible.